The year is 1899. A young woman named Eleanor is visiting her aunt, Lady Agatha, at her grand estate in Scotland. The weather has been stormy for days, and Eleanor is feeling restless and bored. One afternoon, she decides to explore the castle gardens despite the rain. The gardens are overgrown and neglected, and the wind is howling through the trees. Eleanor wanders aimlessly for a while until she comes to a small, secluded garden that is surrounded by a high stone wall. The garden is full of beautiful flowers. Even in the midst of the storm, Eleanor is drawn to the garden and she steps inside. As soon as she enters the garden, Eleanor feels a sense of peace and tranquility. The wind is calm and the birds are singing. Eleanor walks slowly through the garden, admiring the flowers. She comes to a small pond in the center of the garden, and she sits down on a nearby bench to rest. Eleanor closes her eyes and listens to the sounds of the garden. She feels a sense of contentment that she has never felt before. Suddenly, she hears a noise behind her. She opens her eyes and sees a figure standing in the shadows. The figure is a tall, slender woman with long, flowing hair. She is dressed in a white gown, and she is holding a candle. Eleanor is startled, but she is also intrigued. She stands up and approaches the woman. "Who are you?" Eleanor asks. The woman smiles. "I am the lady of the garden," she says. Eleanor is even more surprised. "The lady of the garden?" She repeats. "What do you mean?" The lady of the garden explains that she has been watching Eleanor from afar. She says that she is drawn to Eleanor's kind and gentle spirit. "I want to give you a gift," the lady of the garden says. She reaches out and touches Eleanor's forehead. Eleanor feels a surge of energy, and she sees a vision of the future. She sees herself living a happy and fulfilling life. Eleanor opens her eyes, and the lady of the garden is gone. Eleanor is stunned. She doesn't know what to think. She leaves the garden and returns to the castle. She tells her aunt about her experience, but Lady Agatha doesn't believe her. Eleanor is disappointed, but she knows that she will never forget what happened in the garden. A few days later, Eleanor is preparing to leave for home. She is packing her bags when she finds a small white box in her drawer. She opens the box and finds a beautiful necklace inside. Eleanor puts on the necklace and looks in the mirror. She is amazed by what she sees. She looks radiant and happy. Eleanor knows that the necklace is a gift from the lady of the garden. She is grateful for the gift, and she knows that it will always remind her of the magical day that she spent in the garden. Eleanor leaves the castle and returns home. She lives a long and happy life. She never forgets the lady of the garden or the mysterious garden. The end.